Whether you're taking the PMP exam or the PSM exam or any of those Scrum exams, this will help you fine-tune your understanding of Scrum. It has been created with the Scrum Guide as a reference. If you need more time, hit the pause button, and I wish you all the best. Make sure you check out the videos in the playlist, close any gaps. The one individual on the team to negotiate scope with is the product owner. It's that simple. You don't do that with the Scrum Master, and you don't do that with team members either. It's often said that you should refine the backlog in the middle of the sprint somewhere, and that's not wrong as far as giving a cadence to the act. But in all reality, it's the job of the product owner. This is something that should happen fluidly all throughout the sprint, even if it's not on the calendar to do. Now, in our experience, we've seen teams do this all the time. In fact, we're yet to work with a team that doesn't refine the backlog as part of the cadence. But there are some teams that don't. It should be done as needed. This one is as simple as it gets. According to the Scrum Guide, it's like a short project. All the other options are incorrect. Remember, the PSM exam will test you on verbatim excerpts from the Scrum Guide, so you got to know it tight. The topics to be discussed in sprint planning: why is this sprint valuable? What can be done this sprint? And how will the chosen work get done? Scrum is founded on empiricism and lean thinking. All the other options are excerpts from other parts of Agile, but that's not what Scrum is founded on. It's absolutely true. The daily scrum is not the only time developers are allowed to adjust their plan, because they often meet all throughout the day. Once a daily scrum's done, the team's got to meet. They're going to work on detailed discussions about adapting or replanning the rest of the work for the sprint. One of the things that makes the PSM exam particularly hard is that the exam questions are based on the realities documented in the Scrum Guide, but they are very specific. So for the structure of the Daily Scrum, it's the developers, not the Scrum Master, not the product owner. Those folks could attend if they are developers. If they are not doubling as developers, they are not required to attend the Daily Scrum. And of course, they do not contribute to the structure. Now, I know in the real world, we often look at the Scrum Master as a person who drives the daily Scrum, asking the 3 questions, walking the board, or getting the team members to do so. That's not how it is in the world of the Scrum Guide. All of these options are absolutely correct. You got to remember, in the real world, we adapt the sprint backlog. And we're not saying that you radically change it by introducing new scope. No, no, no. That's not what it's saying. But we could fine tune the sprint backlog by doing some additional decomposition, decoupling, and rearranging of work. We could also be involved in adjusting upcoming planned work. And of course, we're inspecting progress towards the sprint goal. The only individuals required to be present in the daily Scrum are the developers. The Scrum Master should ensure that the meeting did hold, but as far as who should be present, it's the developers. If the product owner or Scrum Master are actively working as developers, doubling as developers, then they could participate as developers. Contrary to belief, the Scrum Master does not need to be in attendance if the Scrum Master is not a developer, and the Scrum Master is not the person policing or facilitating the daily Scrum as a mandatory item. They do not have to. In fact, you find a lot of Scrum Masters training up teams to be able to do this themselves in the initial stage, in the real world, in the early stages. Yes, we could have Scrum Masters doing quite a bit, but as they evolve, as the team evolves, the Scrum Master could allow the team facilitate this meeting, and they move on to other teams and build up other teams. So the Scrum Master does not need to be in attendance, except they are doubling as a developer. Same for the product owner. So this is rather subtle, but it's important to note that a lot of the questions on the PSM exam have a fine line dividing the options. And in this case, the best option is the Scrum team. It's a Scrum team effort. They present the results of their work to the key stakeholders, not just the product owner in isolation. That's important to note. Thanks for joining, my friends. I hope you found this to be useful. Remember to hit like, subscribe, share with your friends. and hit the bell icon to be notified when more videos like this are out. You take care and bye for now.